What is up, everybody? Random Random Man here, aka RRM, bringing you another rapid movie review, aka RMR. And it is for Warfare in One Take. Based on the experiences of Iraqi war veteran and U.S. Navy SEAL Ray Mendoza, this war action film is a reenactment of an experience he faced with his platoon during the Battle of Ramadi in 2006. Tefero Woon-A-Tai plays Mendoza here and leads an exceptional ensemble cast that includes the likes of Will Poulter, Joseph Quinn, Charles Melton, Michael Gandolfini, and Cosmo Jarvis, just to name some, to where they are all put through the ringer with what they are going through and portraying these real-life soldiers. This film is not only recounting what Mendoza faced almost 2 full decades ago. Mendoza also makes his writing and directorial debut here behind the camera with Alex Garland, who is just coming off of last year's Civil War, another kind of war film. And on a similar note, just 10 years ago, my favorite film of Garland's and his featured directorial debut, Ex Machina, premiered. And yeah, that time jump is quite violent. I was a senior in high school when this came out. But with how Garland and Mendoza tackled this subject matter, unlike Garland's Civil War that presented a what-if scenario as to what could happen with a second American Civil War in modern day, what they do is take what actually happened, or as it is made clear at the beginning of this movie, the memories of those that were involved to maintain accuracy and just drop us into the scenario as we see it. It takes a bit to get to the action. Do not expect this to be a flashbang boom type of action movie, and when the action does hit, trust me, it does hit. But it takes time for us to get a little bit of the sense of the camaraderie between the players here. And then when the action does come out of nowhere, we see how they mobilize, how they are as a unit, and just trying to go through with the protocol and even safety measures when a few of them get affected. And all of that coming together does make this so well orchestrated. You can tell that with a war veteran like Mendoza behind the camera, with a skilled filmmaker like Garland, they come together to make for something that is effective to how we are just put in the frame. What also helps is the technical elements, like it being well shot. There's also the sound design I have to give a big shout out to, because after specific explosions, the sound is played with to where we are disoriented like a lot of the soldiers here, and even the lack of a score helps us to be further immersed into what is happening altogether. It runs at just about an hour and a half, and I think that makes this a very tight experience, playing in just about real time once everything does get going. And not only are you given a great deal of respect for these soldiers, at least I was, in terms of seeing what is done, even with this being dramatized out as a feature film, you see how this is technically a war movie that is unlike some other war movies, but I think it is a direct, intimate, and realistic portrayal of it. And you would have had to fool me to think that if a movie like this begins with Eric Prid's Call on Me being jammed out to by this platoon, and then later on have the same intensity and just all-around tension as something like Saving Private Ryan, which I consider to be the greatest war movie ever made, and you have something that I would consider very high praise indeed. And I think that Warfare is now one of my favorite movies of 2025 thus far. I love this movie. I highly recommend it. And with that, my final verdict for Warfare is 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Warfare, social media links in the description, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.